This is a video clip that the California Department of Transportation made. It's part of a 45-minute video to show how this entire project was built. They made it to make the public feel safe about it because it was the first double-decker highway in California. And it was 2.1 miles long. It cost $10 million. It was completed in 1957, and it had 4 lanes per deck. And sections of it were built along the bay, which had very soft soil, and that will come up later when we talk about the collapse. I picked this because in my UGS freshman year, we watched an ESPN 30 for 30 about the World Series that was going on when this earthquake happened. There was actually a game happening when it collapsed. And so I saw like how big of a deal it was for the community, so I kind of wanted to see the engineering side of the story. And so on October 17th, 1989, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake rocked the Bay Area. It caused the second deck to fall onto the lower deck in parts that had the soft soil. 42 lives were lost, which was more than 2/3 that died in the entire earthquake. So it was just 42 lives just on the Cypress Viaduct. There were a couple issues with the design, and they'd actually found these out before it even collapsed. They had like a 2-phase construction going on to kind of fix it, but they didn't end up completing that. It was in the 70s, so I guess they just kind of neglected it. And so in the 50s, when they would build highways like this, they just made them as rigid and as strong as they possibly could. So as soon as the earthquake shook it, the concrete was very brittle because it was very rigid, and it just fractured the concrete. And they didn't really account for any of this in the construction of it. There weren't any rubber or anything to dampen vibrations, and it only collapsed where the mud was very soft. And they also built the deck at an angle, so it fractured like that because the load didn't push straight down onto the columns. And you can see in this diagram right here of how it kind of just folded in on itself. And this is what it looks like today. They relocated the freeway, and it's a really pretty median, and this is the new freeway. It cost $1.1 billion and took 9 years to build, and these are my sources.